welcome. It's Eclectic Kelpie, and this is Adult Colored Glasses, the show where we rewatch media from my childhood satirically and sincerely. And today we are going to be watching the first episode of Winx Club, Season 1, Episode 1, It Feels Like Magic. I haven't seen this show in, man, it's gotta be like 15 years at least. At least. So I'm excited to watch it. I kind of did like a Flora vibe today. But yeah, I remember really liking the witches. Like Icy was my girl. Cuz I usually liked the villains best. So, yeah, I remember really liking the show. I feel like it's either going to be extraordinarily cringy or it's going to be like still hold up. I don't know. I don't really remember the first episode being like that good. I think it gets good once like the school starts. So I'll kind of like keep that in mind as we go through this first episode, because yeah, I feel like once they're like doing the magic, once she like gets her wings, that's when it gets good. So without further ado, let's dive into the episode and see how Winx Club holds up. It is so upsetting that I can't play the theme song because obviously it is like copyright, but this still slaps. I remember this being like a top tier intro. A lot of the intros from like early 2000s shows were bops, and I don't know what's happened, although I don't actually watch children's media really anymore. So I don't really know what they sound like now, but I feel like our attention span has just shot. So like, I don't know. I don't think they're as long and detailed anymore as they used to be, but like, this is a bop. This is so good. And their outfits and the sparkles. Love it. I was actually just thinking about this last night. I think that there is a fairy to fairy pipeline where people who enjoyed like Winx Club and like Tinkerbell, that sort of thing, like all the fairies, now enjoy like SJM fairies like Faye. And so the whimsical girls, the book talk girls, we stayed with it. Still enjoying the fairies, just a different type of fairy. You know what's kind of fun about this, though, is just how far are we into this? Like a minute or less of the actual show, and we don't really have too much. So like story structures, usually you'd have like an establishing like what the main character's like life looks like before the inciting incident. This is like Bloom's just hanging out in the woods. All of a sudden she sees a fairy, and that's it. Inciting incidents is her whole world is now changed. This is abnormal, which is just crazy. See, and this is where the audacity comes from. It's literally just the, excuse me, sir, can you not? Love it. You know, the other thing, too, is like, I don't know, the ones who get it obviously get it, but like growing up prepared to like discover magical powers all of a sudden out of nowhere, and then being whisked away to a fantastical land where you get cute sparkly outfits, you get to fly, you get to hang out in the woods and make it be whimsical and magical and amazing. And I'm still waiting for this to happen. It's also so random. I don't remember why Stella's on Earth right now. The other thing that's so interesting is, like, I, for such a long time, didn't know this was actually an Italian show that was dubbed into English. The dub editing of their voices is quite, like, they're very fast-paced. The talking is very fast-paced. Which is kind of nice. I mean, it's like bright, good energy, whatever. But yeah, it's kind of interesting that it's like they're talking very quickly. I also can't remember if this is one of the animated shows that they like change outfits. It might be, but I always loved the animated shows that they changed outfits every episode, or like every couple of episodes or whatever. They like had fun different outfits, because a lot of shows didn't do that. But like, shout out to Totally Spies and like The Weekenders. Classic. I think one thing that's like not holding up super well is how like it's nice that it's going so fast paced. They're like, let's skip to the good part, but like it's moving so quick. Like, this is rapid fire trying to establish this world to like get into the story, but it's very, I don't know, it feels weird and like jump cut situation. Don't know about that. I do kind of like the animation, I think, is still really fun. It's sort of like block style, but like there's so much color, there's so many layers to it, there's so much like vibrance. Yeah, I enjoy the art style. And also like even their like movement as well. I think it's just very good animation for the time that it came out. It's great. I mean, that's good parenting, honestly. Yeah, being like, oh, I'm not gonna let my kid leave with some random person that just came out of nowhere, who's apparently a magical creature, and then is trying to like whisk my daughter away. Also, if you're looking at like any kind of fairy mythology, don't follow the fairies into their magical land. You'll be trapped forever. Although, or do, you know. We support everybody's choices to be whisked away into magical lands, but yeah, that's kind of wild. Yeah, I don't know. Everything's moving so very quickly in this show, which, yes, of course, keeping the attention of the kids, but yeah, this is very like rapid fire. So what a design choice. What a design choice. Why does he have nipple piercings? And like a metal, like, I don't even know. A metal belt underwear. What an interesting design choice. I don't know about that. But I also think it's really interesting that they don't show the witches, or they haven't shown the witches. They're just like some faceless entities. Which, I mean, like, it kind of could work out as like, I don't know, like extending the mystery for the series, or like not knowing, like, but I don't know, because I feel like they do show them pretty quickly, so it's not some like grand reveal of like, oh, these were the witches the whole time. Like, I don't know. But anyways, the troll is questionable, I think. But yeah, I love Stella's design. I think she's so cute. Just the whole thing, like, again, the art style is really cute. I think this is such a, like, a good vibe. Very whimsical pixie aesthetic. I like it. That's so unhinged. Hey, person who I just met, like, literally yesterday, and who just discovered that she has magic, I'm just gonna, like, do this thing and you have to figure out how to undo it. Good luck. That's very unhinged. I want that in real life. Take away, like, literally take away all transportation and just make it postcards that we just jump into. Love it. That's all I want now. Somebody make it happen, please and thank you. I don't know what the, like, obsession with these, like, glowing swords was. Like, everything was a glowing sword. But those ones are kind of cool. I'm kind of down for a glowing sword. But not all glowing swords. The market is oversaturated with glowing swords, but I like those ones because they're color coordinated. The witch's school. That's what's up. Also, I think it's really interesting, like, the buildings are all, like, kind of CG looking, whereas, like, everything else looks hand-drawn. And it's kind of, the contrast is kind of nice. Because it's, I don't know, it's, like, adding a magical distinction of, like, oh, look at these, like, cool schools that are, like, realm-defying, like, places within nowhere kind of vibes, which I like, versus, like, everything else that's sort of stagnant in terms of location. Like, a forest is just a forest, but, like, the school in the forest that's magical, that's CG, so I kind of like that. Also, the witch's school is, like, so cool. Look at this. The spires, the Gothic architecture. Love it. See, they're literally right there already. Well, I mean, but we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. But anyways, Icy, she was the best one. Stella invited people to Bloom's house that she doesn't know, random men, into her home. And it's like, oh yeah, everything's so cool. Okay. I feel like this is just a wild, chaotic, so unhinged first episode. I feel it because what's so crazy is, again, the, like, lack of agency that Bloom has been given. She's like, oh, I have magical powers. Oh, this fairy is just leading me all around. I know that I don't think that's how the rest of the show goes. I think that Bloom does, like, discover her own, like, power and gets, like, agency. I think she's, like, the leader of the club anyway, so, like, yeah. But this is just so unhinged that Stella's, like, basically, I guess she's leading us into this world that we're then gonna traverse, like, throughout the show. So it kind of makes sense that, like, she's speed running this information so that in episode 2 they're like, okay, we're good to go. That's what, first episodes are always rough with these kinds of shows because it's so much just like, here's exposition, here's getting you in, like, ready to be in this environment, but it's just so crazy. It's so unhinged. And also, like, but why is she invited strange men into Bloom's home? I don't know. I would be pretty perturbed about that. I can't really get behind this decision. I mean, I guess, like, well, but no, I don't like that, because, like, why are they coming in to, like, save the day from, like, the trolls? But, like, I mean, I guess it's gonna work out because they're gonna come and save the day from the trolls, but, like, girl, questionable. Also, what's so weird is those are both trolls, but, like, one of them is, like, a more intelligent troll. Like, oh man, I don't like that othering concept of, like, oh, this troll is fine because he's, like, smarter and he has more brains, but this troll is not equal. And I don't like it when that is the case. When it's supposed to be, like, a species of, you know, it's a race of thing. But this troll, this one is intelligent and gets to wear pants, and the other one gets to wear, like, a metal thong and has nipple piercings. I don't know what this is, what the commentary on this is, but it's questionable. Either those hinges are incredibly strong, or that rabbit is also magical and holding that door open by literally its hair. No, that was a bad joke. No. Anyways, that's crazy. This whole situation is crazy. Did the parents not hear the banging on the door? They're like, oh, little rabbit, like, stop trying to, like, beg for dinner. We're, like, we're very overwhelmed and have had a long day. But, like, it's literally 2 trolls banging on the door. this is the crazy anomaly of parents and kids shows and cartoons and stuff, is they're just so oblivious. I guess they kind of have to be. But this is very unhinged. I love magical girl transformation sequences. This is my if I could have a magical girl transformation sequence in my real life, if I could, like, moon prism power make up, you know, I know, wrong show, but, like, I want a magical girl transformation sequence. I want postcards that teleport us to wherever destination we want to go, and I want a magical girl transformation sequence, and I want to live in a magical fantasy mansion in the woods. But I still want indoor plumbing. These little guys are kind of fun little designs too. They're like ghouls, something like that. But they're kind of cool. I like the shape that they did. It's kind of giving Pokemon. It's kind of giving Impidimp. It's kind of giving Grimmsnarl. I like it. I like it a lot. Smart. Climb out the window. This is the instructional video of if trolls start breaking into your house, climb out the window and just get out of there. That is the smart thing to do. There you go. Easy fix. I guess they had to introduce the love interests in some capacity somehow. But how lame that these women are magical and powerful, and yes, one of them doesn't know that yet, and she's still learning, and she's not there. She's, like, gotta come into her own. But, like, why do we have to have the men come in and swoop in and save them? Like, questionable choices. I like the big green sword. That's lame. I don't want a fantasy gun. I want swords and bows and arrows. In a magical sort of, like, in a magical school, in a magical world, in a magical, like, enjoy whimsical realm. That guy's name is Timmy. Do better. Compared to, like, oh, I mean, also Brandon's pretty dumb. That's pretty lame. I accept Sky because, you know, sure. And Riven, sure. That's kind of, like, fun. But, like, Timmy, do better. I would also accept that form of travel where I just go poof and just disappear into the ether to then reappear maybe in Scotland. Or Valaris, whichever. Oh, that's so interesting. I always thought maybe it's just for this one episode, but I thought that... Oh, wait, no. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. They do this whole thing. Oh, yes. Okay. I remember. They do this whole thing where the blonde one is actually Prince Sky, but they're like, he's pulling a King Dominic from Princess and the Pauper, which is like I'm gonna, like, disguise myself to go and do that. Anyways, yes, okay, I remember now. Yes, that's why their names were mixed up in the first episode. Valid terror. Yeah. I sure hope they have home insurance. But I don't even know if home insurance would cover troll attacks. Man, that's such a, like, the implications of, like, fantasy where, like, you think about, like, Buffy the Vampire Slayer and how many times, like, her house got just demolished because of some, like, ghosty or monster or whatever. And, like, that's a lot of renovations. That is foundational cracks in those walls. That is not going to be cheap. I like these parents because they're like, hey, we recognize that you've got magic and stuff going on. We can see that. However, we don't want to just like throw you into this school. The dad's like, we gotta check this out. We gotta make sure the curriculum is appropriate. We gotta make sure that this is a safe environment to send our child to. We have to like check out how to even get there. Like, how are we gonna come visit as just like little mortal humans? Like, you know, all these he's like being super practical about it. What about tuition? Oh my goodness. Like, if Stella's a princess and her parents are probably like totally capable of affording such a thing, but if this is like a private boarding school, what's the tuition like? Like, there are so many components that need to be considered, and he's so right. Like, she can't just pop off. She's obviously going to, and that's the point. But like, yeah, there's a lot of components. Even the trees sparkle! Oh my gosh. Send me there. I want to go to the sparkly tree forest. Yeah, see, I feel like the school is CGI. Like, it's very, very distinctly different from, like, the background at least looks like it's hand-drawn animation. I think. I don't know, actually. But, like, I think it looks... it's very different. But yeah, it's so cool and pretty. Ah, man, I would go there. You know, all the best schools in, like, shows and stuff were always boarding schools, and I wanted to go to a boarding school so bad. Like, this and Zoe 101 and, like, I don't even know. All the good ones were, like, oh, you get sent away to, like, a fantastical place, you know? Anyways, missed opportunities. Oh, I don't remember this, but this, like, shows the next episode or something? I guess this is, like, it shows you the next episode. Okay, well, that's that. Okay, and that was Winx Club episode 1. That was really cute. Honestly, it was very chaotic and very messy, and there was a lot going on there. And it was kind of wild and very unhinged. But I think it still kind of holds up. I would, like, be interested to see how the rest of the show goes and, like, enjoy the rest of the show. To get a better idea of, like, what my actual thoughts are on, like, if this still holds up. But like, the animation was super cute still, and, like, the magical energy, the whimsy, like, very pastel, very, like, manic pixie dream girl, which I think is the whole point and how that whole thing came into being. But yeah, I think that this was really cute, and I enjoyed this. It was nice to look back and look at Winx Club, because, like, so formative. The fairy to fairy pipeline, I think, is very real, so... But yeah, this was really enjoyable, so I'm glad that I got to watch the first episode again. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving a like and subscribing to continue joining us on all of our adventures. But with that, thank you all so much for watching. Everything with love, and we'll see you next time in the Treasure Trove. Bye!